Hello everybody, my name is Thor and welcome back to Anthropology. Thank you for joining me in today's video. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, thank you for clicking on it. So in today's video, I want to talk about something that, I've been thinking about for a while, and I really want to share with you all some things that I've learned after downsizing my collection by 50%. And when I refer to collection in this sense, I'm going to be focusing on handbags, but I've also gotten rid of almost all of my luxury clothing, pretty much all of my luxury shoes. I'm really making a shift away from the luxury goods being my main focus. So that's what we're going to get into today. I have a few things noted down here. So I'll basically be talking about 3 points, and I'm sure I may throw in some random ones there. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. I'm really enjoying this new filming setup. I feel very cozy just on the couch. Excuse the construction noise in the background if you hear it, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, part 1. And this may be like a no-brainer, but you really don't need that much. And at the peak of my collection, I think I had around 14 luxury handbags. I'll insert some clips here so you can see. Now I have around, I think 4 or 5 luxury bags and then a few other ones. So I have around 7 bags in total that are in my rotation, and it feels a lot better. So you really don't need that much. And I found that I was really wanting to grow my collection to, for a few reasons. One, I wanted to collect all the bags that had been on my wish list forever. I just wanted to have them. And number 2, I wanted to be a legitimate luxury content creator. And the only way to do that was to live and practice what I was preaching, which is consumption, consuming, buying, reviewing, unboxing, shopping, living into that, I guess, version of myself that I really wanted to be and I wanted to portray. So basically, the backstory is, for those of you that are unaware, if you're just clicking on this video and never seen my face before, I downsized from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom. The space that we have now is significantly smaller, and I had to declutter a lot in order for us to be here. And with that, I found myself questioning all of the luxury goods that I had and whether or not I wanted to bring them forward. And if I did bring them forward with me from the old place to the new place, what was their reasoning? What was their purpose in my life? And I used to have this really nice display in my closet. I would walk in and it would be a bit like a store, and the bags were over here, and it was merchandised really nice. And in my new space, I can't have that. I don't have the space for it, either physically or mentally, to deal with it. And I basically found myself wanting to sell the bags that even though I loved them, I never used them, and it just wasn't worth me bringing them forward in my life for no apparent reason other than to keep them and look at them from time to time. And I feel like, from what I hear, a lot of you in the comment section, you also say oh yeah, I have all these bags, but I don't use them, so I'm selling them on so I can get something else. And I feel like there's just this constant cycle of consumption and decluttering and then consuming again. And it's spring right now, so spring cleaning is in effect. And there are a few YouTubers I saw, Thor, she did a big closet declutter, but it's the end goal of these is often the same. People declutter to consume more, rarely to consume less. So basically, I got rid of 7 bags. Some of them were my favorites, I loved them. I got rid of my Celine Nano luggage tote in the yellow size, which was that was a holy grail piece for me for a long time. I also got rid of my Miu Miu Matelasse bag, and I'll get into this in my next point. But basically, I got rid of so much that I felt I needed, and I don't actually need it. I just use my Marc Jacobs the tote bag and my Coach backpack, and that's it. Those are the bags that I use, and then I have a few other ones, for other various occasions. But for the most part, I was just keeping these bags, and I was just collecting these bags for the sake of collecting them. It was I was ticking it off, Celine Nano, done. Miu Miu Matelasse bag, done. And I wasn't really taking a step back and asking myself why I wanted these. Like, sure, I wanted them because I liked them. I wanted them because I liked them. I liked the aesthetic. I liked how they looked. But when it came to like me actually using them, I rarely did. And I used them maybe for like, oh, I went to a wedding, and then I would like justify that. And then I would tell myself, oh, you don't have to use them all the time in order to keep them. But I just found myself like often going back to, if I'm not using it all the time, if it's not fitting into my life, why am I carrying it around? Why is it still here? Am I just collecting it so it can collect dust? Like, what is the reason? So that is part of why I decluttered down from 14 bags to 7. The other part is that I really found out the hard way, you know, luxury isn't an investment. It just isn't. And people will come on here and say, you know, like you buy a Chanel bag in the 90s, then you sell it now, you can get all your money back. It's like, I lost so much money selling these bags. For example, you know, I went to consignment, so like that's my own thing, but I spent around $7,000 acquiring the Celine Nano luggage and my Miu Miu Matelasse bag. I'm using these two as an example because I sold them together. I went to a consignment store. Basically, they gave me $900 for the Celine Nano, even though I paid around $3,600, and they're now even more after 2 price increases. And the Miu Miu Matelasse bag, I paid around $3,600, and they gave me $500 for it. And I was like shook. I tried to sell them on my own. You know, I listed them what I thought was a fair price. Turns out it wasn't, I guess. But luxury really isn't an investment. Sure, you can pull your money out sometimes. You can pull part of your money out sometimes. In very rare cases, very, very rare, you can make money off of it. But I used to lie to myself and say, oh, they're investments. Oh, they're physical assets. I can sell them and make my money back somehow. But it's like, if I just never spent the money, I don't know, like I would be significantly better off financially. So that's what I learned. Luxury really isn't an investment. You're gonna get a fraction, a 10th, a 25th of what you put into it back if you try to sell it. And that's just how it seems to be right now. And then my last one is something I pursued for a while. If you pursue purse piece, you'll be chasing that forever. Unless like you change your mental consumption thoughts and consumption habits, you will be consuming purses forever, or you know, whatever it is to you. It doesn't have to be purses, but if you keep pursuing something like that, say like, oh, after this, then my collection's good. After this, then my collection's good. And I did a video on this like a few years ago, actually. Your collection will never be complete. And I feel like that is so true. If you go into consuming luxury goods or consuming anything really, wanting to have a complete collection, whatever that is, with new releases, with like things constantly changing, your own style changes, you will never achieve purse piece, like period. You just won't. And I really had to like remove myself from my consumption habits in order to realize that, like, to what end are we consuming? To what end are we purchasing? Are you purchasing because you like to shop? Is it like a fun hobby for you? Are you purchasing because you want to build a collection? Are you purchasing just here and there? Like, I think we really have to understand as a society, like, why we're consuming, and on an individual level as well, like why we're purchasing, to what end we're going to purchase. So basically I just realized that it's to no end. It'll just keep going and going and going until like I took myself out of it, until I said no, enough is enough. Like, I'm not going to do this anymore, because you'll just be on that hamster wheel running for your life. So those are the 3 things that I learned after downsizing my collection by half. What I'm going to carry with me forward is, you know, I just won't be purchasing like I was. And I view like how an item functionally works to me is more important now than how something aesthetically looks, and also the brand. Maybe this will be point 4. Branding, it only goes so far now. Like having a Celine logo on something and charging $4,000 for it compared to having like a Sandro logo on it, or even like Lululemon, for example. Like having a Lululemon logo on something, even though it's significantly less than saying buying activewear from like one of the design houses, it's like, I want quality. I want product functionality. I want you know, design is in there. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Allergy season. But I want design aspect to be a part of my, you know, decision. I want brand to be a part of my decision. However, I don't want it to be the forefront of my decision making, which it was before, which it very much is in the luxury space. That's how they can charge these audacious prices, through the brand and through people buying into the brand and the history of the brand and what the brand means if you wear it, and are you then a part of that life, you know? It's just really, it's really not for me anymore, and I feel like it's not for a lot of people anymore. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you've decluttered, what sort of revelations you've had. If you're gonna continue to consume luxury, watch my other video that I did on Is the Luxury Community Dead, which, you know, kind of is. Like, look at the resale market. The resale market's gone way down because people are just consuming less, and I guess the idea or the value of consuming 24/7 is just, it's being lost on people now. So that's my video. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye guys.